Meghan and Harry, they're pulling each other's hair over this. Now, this is a very big deal for these little kids. I mean, people who have narcissism, they behave like this. They behave like kids. So what is happening right now? On Women's Day that took place a couple of days ago, we have seen Meghan Markle coming out, doing things, donating money and, PR stunts. After all the backlash, after all the criticism, after this huge dent to her brand, she decided, you know what? I need to donate some money. Your money, not my money. Meghan was like, your money, I need to donate so that you love me. We live in a very, very strange world. So she came out on the Women's Day and she was talking about this and that, and she was being photographed by her own paparazzi that she hires all the time everywhere she goes. She always has someone to take her picture, especially when she is donating money, when she is doing something, for the greater good of humanity. I think the best thing that she can do for the greater good of humanity is really to shut up. But that is not going to happen. She came out on Women's Day and she made a plan on that day, according to some sources. And that same day, she and Harry, her husband, Duke of Duffuses, I love to call him Duke of Duffuses, they made a plan that, you know what, we are going to sue the king and everybody involved in this. What is this? If you remember, Frogmore cottage, they were evicted, and I made a video, actually 2 videos, where they are now feeling very, very ashamed, publicly embarrassed. How could they do this? Now, there are rumors that the reason Meghan and Harry, they're doing this, they are going to be suing the royal family, the king, especially the king, is because of 2 reasons. 2 reasons. Number 1 is because they have signed a long lease with the king, with the monarchy. Long lease. They are not supposed to be evicted. They have to, respect the lease. They don't respect anybody, but when it comes to them, everybody has to respect Meghan and Harry. Number 2 reason is they have poured in a lot of money, taxpayers' money, but according to Meghan and Harry, this is their money, and therefore they are not going to be letting it go. They have invested a lot of money for the renovation of the cottage, and therefore Meghan and Harry is not going to leave. Now, we have seen Meghan and Harry, what they can do with all these litigations and whatnot. And this is why we have seen them, according to Sun newspaper, according to Daily Mail, especially Daily Mail, they reported on several of their articles, and they have mentioned that Meghan and Harry, they actually wanted to sue everybody involved. So they have finally counted it 10 last 3 years. In other words, they went to the court 10 times. Can they go this time too? Of course, this is where it is heading to, Meghan and Harry, again according to this report. Number 3 is lawyers to look if eviction even legal. Meghan and Harry, they are hiring lawyer. They are actually piling up lawyers to see if this is even legal. Basically means if it is not legal and the king did this, then it is going to be a huge shock and embarrassment for the kingdom, for the king, for King Charles and his monarch. Simply because how can you, the head of the monarchy, do something illegal? And this is exactly what Meghan and Harry wants us to believe. So they have lawyered up, they have employed many people, many lawyers to look into this. Number 4 is Prince Andrew. He can and will wait. Prince Andrew is hesitant. He doesn't want to move into this cottage because remember, the Royal Lodge is where he is still living, and he's supposed to be moving into this cottage, Frogmore cottage, and he finds it to be very, very tight. There is not enough space. There is not enough room. Therefore, for Prince Andrew, it is going to be very, very uncomfortable to stay in the Frogmore cottage. So what he is doing, he is actually going back and forth with the king, trying to change his mind so that he can live in the Royal Lodge. So Andrew, he can wait, and he will wait because he wants to fight. And when he will do this, this is interesting and important. When he will be doing this, Harry and Meghan will have time for their lawyers to look into this issue more extensively before they go to the court, if they do. Number 5 point, Harry's new language. Now this is a different topic. I want to bring your attention to this one. Harry is now asking, or he has asked in the past, that the royal family members, they need to learn a new language, the language of drug. Yeah, believe it or not, there are so many reports saying, I think I saw this one on Sun newspaper, they have posted an article. Harry is asking the royal family members to understand him. They need to understand how people with this kind of addiction, drug addiction, they experience their life. I mean, come on, this guy is like nonsense. Oh my God, what is going to happen? Why would people bother about a drug addict who cannot control himself? You need to fix your own thing, man. You cannot ask people to get involved in this whole failure of your life. But this is exactly what he wants. Quote unquote, learn new language. Now, this point is shocking. In 2005, Harry, he went to a fancy dress party, okay? And what he did, he wore a Nazi dress. And his costume was highlighted. And he said, this is in his book, in memoir, in the spare, he said, this was one of the worst moments of my life. Means he is so terribly sorry for what he did. And he is very, very ashamed. And this is very, very clear from his memoir, what he wrote. Now, Netflix is going to be highlighting that experience in their next 6th and final episode of The Crown. If you know The Crown, they are broadcasting on Netflix. They are going to be highlighting this of Harry's experience. The worst experience, the worst moment of his life will be highlighted by Netflix. Now, people are saying that how it feels, Harry, to be betrayed by Netflix. I say no. Netflix did not betray Harry. They trashed him. Netflix, they do not see Meghan and Harry the piece, a piece that is worth of respecting, of giving money to. I don't think they are going to receive any more money the way they thought they would. Now, Harry is losing his BRR job, and he's also, there is one rumor that he's actually going to be losing his visa to the States after his admission to taking those drugs for the ADD, PTSD, depression. There is now rumor that the U.S. Drug Administration, U.S. Immigration, they're going to be looking into this, and his visa might be revoked. And on top of that, his BRR job is also at stake. BRR job means he's actually making thousands and thousands of dollars by doing really nothing, just by using his name. This is a company who hired Harry to be a promoter of their brand, but now looks like that job will be lost. Now, this is my second last point. He is losing his BRR. Okay, so this is my last point. Imagine what Netflix is doing if it was done by Thomas Markle or Samantha Markle or any other family member from either from the royal family or from Meghan's family. If they would have exposed, or if they have talked about Harry's experience, this Nazi dress that he wore in the year 2005, you can imagine how Meghan and Harry would have reacted. They would have, freaked out and be like, "Oh, how dare you invading our privacy? How dare you do this? How dare you do that?" Oh my God, what is going to happen? But now that it is done by Netflix, their boss, their employer, they are now so disappointed. Harry knows that the only way he can make money now, at least for this moment, is through Netflix deals. And I have mentioned that 95% of his income was coming from his father in the past, and 5% was coming directly from the taxpayers' money in the UK. But that is now completely off. He has to depend completely on his commercial arrangements, quote unquote commercial arrangements. And he knows that whatever Netflix is doing, if they are trashing him, if they are exposing Harry in the future, we might see Netflix is turning their back on him and coming up with new docu-series, Meghan Harry, the real truth, behind the scene, or what really happened, and they will expose Meghan Harry. Because now, remember, they have a lot of private information. There are a lot of private photos, videos they have obtained through this docu-series that they did with Meghan Harry. They can turn around in the future and use those photos against Meghan Harry. unless obviously there is a written agreement signed by both parties. I don't think that happened. But Netflix, they care about profit. They don't care about Harry, Meghan. They don't love them. They don't care about. They don't respect them. All they care about is revenue, man. Money, money, money. You bring me money. I will show you to the whole world. You are a good guy. You're the best. You're my buddy. Guys, thank you for joining in. For more information and updates, consider to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Take care.